Archangel Michael says, your angels have taken your name for a huge money breakthrough of $7.55 million. Don't make the mistake of skipping this. Open it now before it's too late. Archangel Michael says your name has been lifted like a golden seal in the halls of light, marked for a breakthrough so immense it will rewrite your story from the inside out. The number is not random. $7.55 million carries a vibration of completion, restoration, and fearless expansion over everything that tried to limit you. This message is for the part of you that refuses to settle, that knows in your bones you were not born to chase scraps but to steward abundance with courage and grace. First, breathe like you are arriving at your own life for the first time. In through the nose, hold, and out through the mouth, releasing the stale air of old conclusions that made you small. Let your shoulders drop as if the unseen weight you carried finally received permission to leave. You have been circling the same mountain of near success, almost there, and quiet disappointments that pretended to be timing. Each lap was not punishment. It was a mapping exercise, teaching your soul where not to build. The angels have now redrawn your route, and they placed the pen in your hand. They saw the places you over-explained your dreams to people who never intended to understand. They counted the nights your eyes stayed open past midnight, memorizing invices and imagining miracles. They stood beside you when you laughed to hide the ache of delays that made you question your own promise. Now a switch has flipped in the engine room of your destiny. What once took months will take days, and what once took days will take hours because the circuitry behind your life has been rewired. This is not luck. This is alignment with a blueprint that finally prints clean. The figure $7.55 million is not just a sum. It is a symbol of scale. It is a horizon line stretching far beyond a single transaction, job, or contract. It points to influence, to choices, and to a season where you select the door rather than knock on it. Your angels move your file from the waiting tray to the approved ledger. This was a deliberate act after watching you keep integrity when shortcuts whispered. They wanted you prosperous without being haunted by the price of your yes. You will feel the first ripples as an unusual calm followed by absurd clarity. The calm is your spirit recognizing home. The clarity is your mind catching up. Then come the nut is small, specific instructions that solve problems faster than worry ever did. Begin with a cleansing of your space for the singular purpose of making room for what is already yours. Clear the desk, throw away expired papers, and open the window for fresh air. As you do, tell your atmosphere that it must now support outcomes, not arguments. Next, rename the notes on your phone where you store ideas, replace maybe with moving, someday with scheduled, and if with as. These tiny edits aim your words like arrows. Every arrow must know its target. There will be a conversation that tries to dress itself as helpful caution. Do not argue. Bless it and walk past it. Your new speed does not require you to defend your momentum. Watch for 3 markers: an email that feels larger than its sender, a call that lands at an inconvenient time, and a document with a small error that invites your attention. Fix the error, answer the call, and respond to the email with warmth and brevity. The door you are waiting on often arrives disguised as something ordinary. People will ask what changed, and the real answer will fit into one sentence. You will smile because the answer is 1,000 small obediences to quiet instructions. you will know that money follows meaning when meaning is handled with maturity. Set a simple morning ritual that cannot be negotiated. 1 page of planning, 1 courageous action before 10 a.m., 1 message of gratitude to someone who believed in you too soon to be certain. This ritual grounds your day so opportunity recognizes your posture. Your angels are redirecting you from noise to navigation. They will narrow your focus to 2 essential tracks: revenue that compounds, and relationships that expand. Everything else becomes an accessory, not an anchor. Stand up now, yes, physically, and roll your shoulders back. You are rehearsing ownership in your body. Ownership looks like someone who can say no without panic and yes without apology. The coming funds are not meant to replace your voice. They are meant to amplify it. Your task is not to become someone else but to become fully yourself without editing. When your authenticity rises, resource introduces itself. $7.55 million as a headline will startle even you, but as a life cycle it will feel sane and structured. You are not gambling. You are executing a plan divinely timed and humanly maintained. This union of timing and work is the rare climate where destinies grow tall. No more asking permission from people who never studied your assignment. No more shrinking your price to fit budgets built on hesitation. No more apologizing for momentum as if speed were a sin. Journal tonight in 3 columns. What I know, what I'm learning, and what I will no longer do. Keep each sentence short, sharp, and specific. This page will become the operating manual for your next 90 days. 90 days is the first runway. In that span, you will build a system that captures opportunities instead of entertaining them. Systems are love letters to the future. Write this one with discipline. Expect a surprise invitation that sounds too convenient to be significant. Accept it anyway. The room you enter will reframe the next 5 rooms. You will notice a tender, protective force around your name in conversations you are not in. This is the angelic escort that secured your file. They maintain the path so it stays clear. You handle the steps. They handle the traffic. Prepare a concise introduction that honors who you are and where you are going in 30 seconds. Speak it out loud until it stops feeling like a costume and starts fitting like your favorite jacket. You are removing filler words because your presence is the message. When the first major confirmation lands, savor it. But do not camp there. Momentum is a living thing, and it feeds on movement. Celebrate. Document the lesson, then move. You will outgrow certain stories about yourself that once felt like home. Thank them and let them retire. Your biography is not a prison. It is a garden that can be replanted. Guard your mornings as if they were sacred property lines. The first hour is your boardroom with heaven. The questions you answer there save you weeks out here. You will not chase validation. Validation is an echo. You do not need echoes when you are committed to sound. Your work will echo on its own. Expect friction as stale agreements try to renew themselves without your consent. Do not sign emotionally. Sign strategically. If the terms don't affirm your future, they don't deserve your signature. Your angels are negotiating in the background where your heart cannot be bribed. They favor routes that protect peace even when it means rerouting convenience. Peace is not passive. It is proof you are home. Build a generosity line into your budget from the beginning. Money expands where it can circulate without fear. Generosity keeps the river clean and the bank strong. Practice saying numbers without flinching. $7.55 million is not a myth. It is a map. Maps are read by people who intend to arrive. Commit to clean language. A place I'm trying with I'm doing. A place I hope with I plan. A place we'll see with will build. In rooms where you once felt behind, you will feel surprisingly at pace. That sensation is not arrogance. It is alignment catching its breath inside you. Let it breathe. Choose your mentors by fruit, not fame. Fruit is steady impact over time. Fame is all you. Fruit is harvest. Your angels are highlighting one ID you abandoned too quickly. Go back to it with today's wisdom. What failed before may flourish now with a small pivot. Do not broadcast every seed you plant. Announce when the roots are strong, not when the soil is still soft. The quiet phase is not secrecy. It is stewardship. There will be a temptation to rush because the horizon feels close. Resist rushing and cultivate readiness. Rushing is fear in a costume. Readiness is faith with a checklist. Allow yourself to be seen without performing. Performance grains. Presence sustains. Presence is how you build what endures. You are not a guest in the life you are building. You are the architect. Architects respect both beauty and math. You will do the same, balancing vision with structure every day. Create an evidence log where you record small wins. The mind trusts receipts. When doubt knocks, hand it the log and keep building. A mentor may appear in an unexpected age or industry. Wisdom often enters through side doors. Listen for substance, not speeches. You will upgrade your circle with kindness, not cruelty. Some connections will loosen like knots released by gentle hands. Space will open, and with it, precision. As funds rise, your taste will refine toward usefulness. You will prefer tools over trophies, service over spectacle. This is how leaders remain free while numbers climb. If you stumble, stumble forward. Forward stumbles are rehearsals for mastery. The angels are not grading you. They are guiding you. Your name will begin to travel faster than your feet. Rooms will be prepared before you arrive. Arriving will feel like catching up to a rumor about your own excellence. Stop arguing with your calling as if it were an opinion. Opinions can be debated. Callings simply are. You are not auditioning. You are accepting an assignment that already chose you. The figure $7.55 million will shift from impossible to inevitable in your language. Inevitability is a quiet confidence that refuses panic. It is the tone of someone who knows their harvest is scheduled. Where fear once shouted, clarity will now speak softly and consistently. You will hear it because you are choosing silence in the right places. Noise leaves when purpose enters. Consider this your commissioning. lot of promise of ease, but a promise of outcome. You will leave fingerprints of excellence on everything you touch. Before you sleep, put a notebook on your nightstand. Insight loves a landing place. You will wake with sentences that solve months of guessing. Eat well. Move often, rest like someone with a future that matters. Your body is the container for your brilliance. Angels favor containers that don't leak. Set alarms for hydration and short walks. You are training your nervous system to feel safe in success. Safety invites scale. Your angels will synchronize meetings that used to take weeks to arrange. Be ready with a brief, a number, and a next step. Brief, number, next step. This rhythm will open doors. Let kindness be your business card. In storms of negotiation, kindness disarms without surrendering truth. It turns adversaries into allies and doubts into dialogue. Do not compare your chapter to the highlight reels of strangers. Comparison insults your unique assignment. You are too tailored for imitation. Sign one agreement that scares the smaller version of you. Growth means rooms that once felt big now feel accurate. Accuracy fits better than comfort. There is a project that wants to be born through you this quarter. It has kept you restless because it needs your particular tone. Give it a week of focused mornings and watch it stand. You will outlearn your last season by refusing to defend old conclusions. Old conclusions are heavy furniture in a house you no longer live in. Leave them on the curb. Land your schedule with anchors, deep work blocks, outreach windows, and reflection breaks. An anchored day can carry a heavy destiny. Your schedule is your shield. Expect a sudden offer to revisit an old partnership. Listen, but do not romanticize the past. If it can't honor the present, it has no business holding your future. You are building a story that your grandchildren will call wisdom and your peers will call courage. Courage is the choice to build anyway. Wisdom is the choice to build well. The month ahead will find you lighter in spirit and heavier in substance. Lightness comes from releasing what never belonged. Heaviness comes from standing inside what always did. Choose one signature promise to your audience or clients. Keep it every time without exception. Consistency earns interest faster than hype. You will watch doubts try to collect old rent from a person who moved out. You not pay it. Send a change of address. I live in outcomes now. Your angels request one final adjustment. Expect quick answers to bold requests. Ask with clarity, stand with peace, and move with decisiveness. Quick answers come where quick obedience lives. $7.55 million will not arrive as chaos. It will arrive as order. And order will feel like freedom. Freedom to fund. Freedom to hire. Freedom to build beyond emergencies. Freedom because you chose mastery over melodrama. This is the hour your name ascends from whisper to witness. Witness because results make noise even when you do not. The right ears are already turning toward you. When you walk into new rooms, remember who sent you. Not ego, not panic, not envy, purpose. Purpose is the only passport that does not expire. Let today be your line in the sand. On one side, hesitation and history. On the other, execution and evidence. Your angels are stationed at the corners of your path, waving you through. They have orders to remove debris and expose shortcuts. You have orders to build with excellence and rest without guilt. Take one step now. Send the email. Draft the proposal. Ask for the meeting. Press publish. Do it with your shoulders back and your breath slow. Do it as someone whose name is already written on the door. This message does not end with noise. It ends with knowing. The kind of knowing that makes your hands steady and your gaze clear. The kind of knowing that makes $7.55 million sound like a sentence in your story, not the whole book. Close your eyes for 10 seconds and see yourself finishing what you start. See the contact sign, the wire cleared, the team assembled. See the relief followed by responsibility and smile because you are ready. Open your eyes and step back into your life like the owner returning home. Small tasks, big vision, steady rhythm. This is how giants walk without stomping. Your name is protected. Your path is prepared and your timing is precise. Nothing essential is missing. Nothing accidental is needed. You are permitted to prosper. Carry this with quiet authority. You don't need to shout when you can show, and you will show because that is what this season is for. Write your day's 3 non-negotiables now and move through them like a promise you intend to keep. The angels will multiply your focus and shorten your route. By nightfall, you will sense the shift like a tide turning in your favor. When gratitude rises, let it. Gratitude keeps wealth from becoming weight, it keeps your hands open so good things can both land and live. You have arrived at the threshold where prayer becomes plan and plan becomes product. Nothing about you is late. Everything about you is right on time. Go forward with a rested spine and a ready heart. The breakthrough is not chasing you, it is meeting you. Walk with the rhythm of someone greeted by their own future. Your angels have taken your name and returned it to you crowned. Wear it and work it. This is your hour to build beyond luck into legacy. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Mitchell says the next chapter opens when you treat your vision like a living entity that deserves structure, sunlight, and steady water. Structure arrives through calendars and checklists that honor your energy rather than exhaust it. Sunlight arrives through exposure to the right rooms. And water arrives through daily actions that keep the dream hydrated. Mark your calendar with 3 recurring blocks that cannot be negotiated. The first block is for creation, the second is for connection, and the third is for correction. Creation shapes new value, connection delivers it to people, and correction improves it with honesty. Choose a single flagship offer that represents your excellence without dilution, package it with outcomes, timelines, and price so clarity walks into the room before you do. The flagship offer anchors your brand and gives cash flow a backhoe. Build a supporting ladder of offers that ascend from entry to premium. Each run must solve a real problem without stealing the spotlight from the flagship. Letters guide clients upward with trust and pace. Draft a 1-page operating agreement for yourself. Include how you decide, how you delegate, and how you decompress. Keep it visible so decisions remain clean even when days grow loud. Open a dedicated account for projects that scale beyond you. Treat it like a greenhouse where seedlings mature before meeting the weather. Protect that greenhouse from impulse and novelty. Create a rolling 12-week plan that fits on a single sheet. Rate goals into weekly deliverables that can be visibly checked. Visible checks turn progress into momentum you can feel in your bones. Design your personal dashboard with 5 gauges: revenue, reach, retention, reputation, and recovery. Recovery matters because a future collapses when the builder never rests. Practice a daily out-loud declaration that fits in one breath. Speak it at the door before you leave and at the mirror when you return. A strong day begins and ends with the same conviction. Write a policy for money that is both generous and precise. Decide your giving percentage now so large numbers never confuse your values later. Decide your reinvestment percentage now so growth never becomes an accident. As your opportunities multiply, your language must simplify. Replace long explanations with short promises you can keep. Short promises built repeatedly become legendary. Prepare 2 pitches for the same offer. One pitch lands in 30 seconds and the other lands in 3 minutes. The right pitch is the one that respects the moment without shrinking the value. Record a library of answers for common objections you will hear. Practice them until your voice carries calm rather than defense. Calm is the sound of someone who knows the value and the outcome. Keep a private file called Lessons I Paid For. Every mistake earns a note with the price, the insight, and the new rule. Paid lessons must collect interest through wisdom. Build an onboarding ritual that feels like a welcome in a contract. A lot of them stakes to the hide and a contract speaks to the pine. Both are needed for trust to stay strong when work begins. Draft a clear off-boarding ritual that celebrates results and invites referrals, endings handled with honor, birth beginnings that return with friends. Referrals are the applause of satisfied outcomes. Adopt a meaty rhythm that honors momentum. Weekly stand-ups keep motion alive. Monthly reviews catch drift and quarterly resets refresh direction. Rhythms turn ambition into seasons that bear fruit. Invest in a simple brand kit that respects your message. Colors that calm, fonts that read, and visuals that serve the content. A brand is a uniform for your promise. Design a client experience map that shows every touch point. Map the first hello, the milestone call, the surprise check-in, and the final handoff. Experiences are designed on paper before they are felt in rooms. Create a crisis protocol so storms never catch you scrambling. List the first 5 called, the first 3 statements, and the first 2 moved. Protocols protect the mission while emotions settle. Build a bench of specialists you can activate quickly. A trusted designer, a meticulous accountant, a firm legal mind, and a tech hand that solves fast. Benches win seasons because the game rarely waits. Establish a quarterly learning focus that upgrades your tools. 1 quarter for sales mastery, 1 for product depth, 1 for leadership, and 1 for systems. Focus learning keeps you sharp without scattering attention. Curate a board of informal advisors whose lives display the harvest you respect. Meet them with prepared updates and pointed asks. Advisors lean toward builders who honor time and apply advice. Create a personal code for negotiations. Never rush, never justify. and never discount without removing scope. Codes prevent compromise from being confused with collaboration. Document your deal breakers in writing. If respect is missing, if timelines are ignored, or if payments lag, you exit with grace and clarity. Boundaries are the rails that keep trains safe at high speed. Plan a celebration slate that honors milestones without numbing purpose. Choose experiences that deepen gratitude and widen imagination. Celebration done well makes excellence feel like home. Keep 2 journals in rotation. One captures ideas at full volume and the other distills those ideas into tasks. Distillation is the bridge between inspiration and invoice. Prepare a 1-pager for partners who want to introduce you in their rooms. Include your bio, your outcomes, your best proof, and your perfect audience. The easier you make the introduction, the more often it happens. Select 3 signature stories that express your values in action. Practice them until they land clean without theatrics. Signature stories carry your reputation into rooms you have not met yet. Create a living glossary for your brand language. Define the phrases you repeat so your team and clients align with your meanings. Careland would shorten the products and swing the culture. Design a money distribution rule for incoming peaks. 10% to joy, a set portion to giving, a fixed portion to reserves, and the remainder to growth. Distribution on day 1 prevents drift on day 30. Institute a twice-monthly quiet day with no external meetings. Use it to rebuild systems, refine messaging, and repair leaks. Quiet days keep engines healthy and containers tight. Keep a scoreboard where the team can see progress at a glance. Metrics must be simple enough to celebrate and specific enough to correct. Shared scoreboards turn individuals into units. Establish a hiring bar that prioritizes character before skill. Skill can be trained with time and tools, while character shapes outcomes when pressure rises. Bars protect culture when speed tempts shortcuts. Create an exit path for every role before you fill it. Document responsibilities, handoff checklists, and knowledge bases. Exit paths make entries smoother and turnovers less costly. Develop a habit of sending gratitude notes after decisive moments. Gratitude oils the hinges of doors that matter. Doors swing easier when the hinges are cared for. Build your reputation on punctuality and precision. Thriving on time with clarity earns trust faster than charisma. Trust is the currency that buys larger rooms. Practice graceful silence in rooms that value noise. Silence used wisely makes your words land with weight. Weight invites decisions that favor excellence. Define your non-negotiable standards for deliverables. Every file must be labeled clearly, every timeline must be realistic, and every promise must be revisited before it is at risk. Standards turn talent into reliability. Institute a red team review for launches that matter. Invite a small group to pressure test assumptions and find weak joints. Better to fix cracks in rehearsal than rescue structures on opening night. Design an ethics checklist that can be applied in minutes. Does this honor people? Does this honor truth? And does this honor the future? Ethics reduce regret and multiply respect. Simplify your tech stack to the essentials. The right tools disappear under the work and the wrong tools demand attention they never earned. Simplicity compounds speed. Add a renewal clause to your contracts that rewards early recommitment. Make staying easy and leaving honorable. Clarity reduces churn and lifts lifetime value. Schedule seasonal brand audits that test relevance, keep what works, retire what no longer serves, and birth what the season now requires. Relevance is the courtesy you offer your audience. Protect your deep work windows from digital noise, turn off alerts, close extra tabs, and send fewer messages that invite more messages. Focus behaves like a lens that ignites outcomes. Design an offer for your most loyal clients that surprises them with access, early insights, private sessions, or limited seats at strategic gatherings. Loyalty loves to be seen and rewarded. Create a rhythm for public sharing that respects your private building. Share principles and proofs while you keep proprietary mechanics inside the vault. Public trust grows when private work remains sacred. Build a runway for taxes and compliance that never depends on last-minute rescue. Quiet preparation turns deadlines into dates on a calendar rather than alarms in the night. Prepare builders sleep better and decide clearer. Craft a forward-looking content series that educates, not just entertains. Teach your method, illustrate your results, and invite participation that leads to action. Education attracts people who respect process and pay on time. Hold monthly courage sessions where you pick one action that stretches your edges, make the call, name the price, or republish the truth. Courage is a muscle that grows only when used. Set a replacement plan for your busiest self, train a deputy, document procedures, and empower decisions at the edges. Replacement plans free leaders to lead rather than babysit work. Keep a vault of testimonials that tell specific outcomes in real numbers. Specifics demolish skepticism faster than adjectives. Skepticism softens when evidence stands in the room. Outline your escalation path for client issues, first response within hours. Resolution timeline within a day, and follow-up that confirms satisfaction. Escalation done well turns problems into loyalty. Design an annual retreat for strategy and spirit. Strategy clarifies where you aim and spirit clarifies why you care. Retreats are set teams to offense rather than defense. Practice generosity with your knowledge inside reasonable borders. Offer enough to help and hold enough to protect. Balanced generosity keeps you relevant and resourced. Create a ritual for endings that includes reflection and repair. Ask what worked, what wanted, and what we will tend next time. Reflection becomes the library your future self will thank you for. Build a scoreboard for personal wellness that sits next to your revenue metrics. Sleep hours, movement minutes, and deep rest days. Founders that last treat their bodies like partners, not passengers. Choose a signature cause that aligns with your core mission. Align funds, time, and storytelling so impact is not a side no. Pauses keep wealth from becoming self-absorbed. Plan a quarterly simplification sprint that removes what no longer serves. Kill dead links, retire outdated offers, and merge duplicate processes. Simplification gives speed a place to run. Write a script for inevitable delays that keeps morale intact. Acknowledge reality, reaffirm direction, and assign next steps. Script stabilize teams when the weather turns. Document your learning shelf for the year with 5 books and 5 workshops. Each selection must serve a specific gap you have named. Named gaps get filled because they cannot hide. Craft a privacy protocol that protects client data like it were your own. Strong passwords, limited access, and secure storage. Privacy earns trust in quiet ways that compound loudly. Add an internal newsletter that keeps your team aligned and inspired. Share wins, lessons, and upcoming priorities in paragraphs that respect attention. Alignment follows clarity like a shadow. Build a partnership matrix that ranks opportunities by fit, return, and energy. High fit and high return deserve immediate pursuit, while low fit invites a polite decline. Matrices keep emotions from driving decisions. Establish a habit of daily endings that close loops before rest. Close the day with a short review, a short list, and a short reset of your workspace. Clean endings birth clean beginnings by morning. Name the 3 industries where your method travels well. Study their language, study their cycles, and study their leaders. Cross-industry fluency multiplies revenue and reduces seasonality. Keep a live risk register that stays honest. Note each risk, its likelihood, and its mitigation. Ifs, RS, DVS, and whisks reduce. Choose a recognition practice that makes excellence visible. Handwritten notes, spotlight segments, or surprise upgrades. What you honor you multiply. Design a client scorecard that measures progress beyond money. Confidence, clarity, capability, and community. Money follows when these 4 stay healthy and growing. Adopt a build-release-review rhythm for all creative work. Build with focus, release with courage, and review with humility. Rhythm turns art into assets. Invest in a storyteller who captures your journey with dignity. Documentaries of progress remind future partners why they want in. Storytellers translate work into witness. Set a quarterly excellence challenge for your team. Pick one process and elevate it to best in class. Excellence spreads when it is given a target and a timeline. Refine your personal Sabbath so it restores rather than distracts. Choose rest that returns energy and joy that returns clarity. Builders who rest deeply create work that breathes. Build a succession map for roles that hold key relationships. Introduce second chairs to clients before emergencies demand it. Succession maps keep trusts unbroken when people move. Create an early warning system for burnout that peers can spot. Changes in tone, missed rituals, or reactive decisions. Early warnings lead to early care. Hold a gratitude review at the end of major sprints. Name the people, the providence, and the personal growth. Gratitude lifts the roof so vision can rise again. Practice a season of hidden planting where outcomes stay off social feeds. Protect fledgling ideas from opinions that arrive too early. Hidden planting yields harvests that surprise even you. Keep your message aligned with service rather than spectacle. Service builds roots that storms cannot uproot. Spectacle builds branches that snap when the wind shifts. Finalize an investment thesis for the wealth that is arriving. Favor assets that compound quietly and ventures that reflect your values. The seas guard you from trend chasing that drains peace. Anchor partnerships in agreements that reward long horizons. Add performance triggers that honor results and review points that honor evolution. Long horizons turn partners into co-builders. Install a practice of rehearsal before big rooms. Rehearsal removes friction from delivery and fear from memory. Fear loses ground when your body remembers success. Maintain a circle of peers who celebrate growth without jealousy. Set gatherings where insight is shared and accountability is welcome. Circles like this become wells that never run dry. Keep a roster of future hires by role and readiness. Speak with potential teammates before you need them. Future rosters reduce panic hires that cost twice. Build a public promise to show up with truth and leave with value. Promises like this become magnets for the right audience. Audiences stay where promises keep breathing. Upgrade your mornings with light, movement, and quiet. Light wakes your biology, movement primes your mind, and quiet tunes your spirit. Mornings are the soil where great days grow. Carry a pocket notebook for moments when lightning strikes. Write the phrase, "the angle," with a name before it evaporates. Pocket notebooks have rescued more revenue than memory ever could. Establish a simple travel kit that keeps you effective on the road. A compact setup for writing, calls, and review. Effectiveness travels when preparation gets a seat in the bag. Make peace with the pace of compounding. Small daily wins stack into extraordinary outcomes in seasons that seem ordinary. Compounding is quiet until it is not. Declare a final word over hesitation that once held you hostage. Hesitation fades when well-placed commitments lock in your path. Commitments become the rails that carry you across long distances. Honor your story by telling it fully when the time is right. Tell the losses without shame and the wins without vanity. Full stories carry healing for audiences that mirror your journey. Return to your evidence log and add today's progress. Add the email sent, the call returned, and the plan advanced. Evidence silences inner critics better than speeches. Sharpen your generosity with time the way you sharpen it with money. Offer focused help to a few rather than scattered help to many. Focused generosity births measurable change. Keep mercy for your past self while demanding mastery from your present self. Mercy frees you from regret and mastery frees you from drift. Both are needed for legacy that stands. Stand at the doorway to new wealth with humility and skill. Humility keeps the heart tender and skill keeps the work world-class. World-class with a tender heart is rare and unforgettable. Treat your name like a covenant that promises excellence wherever it appears. Names like this become invitations to higher tables. Higher tables ask for higher standards and you are ready to deliver. Write the summary of your week in 3 lines each Friday. Line 1 covers outcomes, line 2 covers lessons, and line 3 covers the next brave move. 3 lines keep motion clean and directed. Anchor your evenings with a shutdown ritual that signals safety to your mind. Close the loops, set the list, and choose rest without apology. Safe minds sleep deeper and create brighter. Review your pillars every month and prove what tries to become clutter. Pillars hold up cathedrals while clutter trips the builders. Pruning is a gift you give to everything you want to last. Step again into your mandate with steady joy. Joy fuels endurance when excitement thins. Endurance carries dreams across finish lines that flashbulbs never reach. Walk the path knowing the angels have ringed your route with protection and provision. They clear unseen debris so your stride remains smooth. Use to the assignment with courage and craft. Let this continuation settle in your muscles as resolve. Resolve writes emails that move mountains and designs offers that bless cities. Resolve is the quiet thunder your future recognizes on sight. Carry on with the understanding that scale without soul is not your story. Your story is scale with soul and systems with spirit. This is wealth that breathes and work that heals. Return to your day now with focus sharpened and shoulders light. The breakthrough meets builders who move. You are moving and the path is opening exactly as promised. Archangel Mitchell says walk forward with clean focus and a steady heart as the path widens beneath your feet. Keep your hands open to receive and your calendar disciplined to deliver. The promise is large, but your structure now must be larger. Begin each morning by naming the single bold move that moves everything else. Write it plainly and place it where you can see it. Do not let the day end until the bold move is complete. Create a weekly rhythm that you can keep on your hardest week, not just your best week. Real rhythms survive pressure and still produce fruit. Design for reality, then repeat without drama. Choose the numbers that matter and make them visible. Track leads won, deals advanced, cash collected, and promises kept. Visibility turns guessing into guidance. Build a simple rule for follow-up that never fails. Respond within the day, clarify within 2 days, and close or calendar within the week. Rules like this turn intention into income. Segment your opportunities by temperature. Hot gets you now, warm gets you soon, and cold gets you scheduled. Temperature tells you where to stand and how to speak. Position your flagship offer like a doorway, not a maze. One path in, one clear outcome out, and steps that anyone can follow. Doorways invite, mazes exhaust. Protect your decision-making energy by limiting choices in low-stakes areas. Wear a simple uniform, eat simple meals, and automate simple bills. Save your best brainpower for the rooms that move destiny. Map your next 3 launches on one page. Name the dates, the deliverables, and the help you will need. A one-page map turns a heavy mountain into a set of short climbs. Practice small speeches you will need when pressure arrives. One speech for no, one for not now, and one for here is my prize. Wear bared words but have a peace. Design your week so that the start belongs to creativity and the end belongs to delivery. Begin by building value and finish by shipping. When you ship, you are paying. When you build, you are proud. Appoint a block for deep listening to your market. Read messages, gather patterns, and write short notes about what people truly want. Listening makes your offers obvious. Give your calendar a buffer around big moments. Buffers absorb surprise and keep excellence intact. You will look calm because you plan to be calm. Craft a one-page summary for partners who ask, "How can we help you win bigger?" Include your top goal, your key metric, and your best ask. Helpful people help faster when the ask is precise. Refine your onboarding into 3 steps that feel like a glide. Step 1 confirms the plan. Step 2 confirms the timeline, and Step 3 confirms the win. Clients relax when the glide is real. Compose a welcome message that carries warmth and certainty. Warmth opens hearts and certainty steadies hands. The right welcome builds trust before work begins. Create templates for repeatable messages so quality does not depend on mood. Templates save time and raise standards. Standards attract people who care. Keep a list of your top 20 relationships and upgrade your care for them. Send notes, share insights, and offer early access. Relationships compound faster than money when they are honored. Teach your team what great looks like with real examples. Show the file name that is perfect, the handoff that sings, and the upbeat that calms. People rise to models they can see. Your name is carrying more weight, so your promises must carry more clarity. Say less and deliver more. The market remembers the ratio. Sharpen your numbers for negotiations until they are simple and true. Know your floor, your target, and your ideal. Numbers free you from panic when the room gets loud. Install a pre-flight checklist for any high-stakes delivery. Avramsgub, Kvermlingsgumvrmdums. Jeebus or Jeep insurance against expensive mistakes. Build a vault of proof that is easy to show. Before and after shots, short case notes, and concise metrics. Proof makes large numbers feel sensible. Practice silence after naming your price. Silence lets value land and invites a clean yes. People respect the confidence of someone who does not rush to fill the air. Curate boundaries around your most precious hours. Put deep work first, meetings second, and messages third. The order of your day reveals the order of your life. Create a personal glossary of power verbs you use in proposals. Build, deliver, remove, shorten, strengthen. Birds like these feel like progress. Attach a simple next best action to every meeting note. One sentence, one honor, one day, two. Action turns talk into traction. Keep a living document called How We Win. Bid it after each sprint with what worked and why. The document becomes your private playbook for predictable victories. Audit your offers for friction and remove it ruthlessly. Fewer clicks, fewer phones, fewer words. Friction steals conversions you already earned. Host a small insight session each month for your community. Bring a single lesson, a single story, and a single tool. Consistency builds a reputation that does your marketing for you. Set 2 default outcomes for every outreach you make. If the major outcome misses, land the minor outcome. Defaults catch the momentum you created. Design a fast lane for clients who are ready to move now. Take payment, book the kick-off, and deliver the first win within 7 days. Past lanes turn urgency into loyalty. Put your long-term IDs in a parking lot with labels. Some are for next quarter, some for next year, and some for never. Clear labels keep your current season clean. Write your no for now message in a way that invites future yes. Keep doors open without keeping your calendar hostage. Clean no's are the allies of big yes. Create a personal score for each day that cannot be gamed. Did I keep promises? Did I move the needle? Did I protect my peace? Free honest checks maintain course. Measure the quality of your rest with the same respect as you measure revenue. Good rest produces good judgment. Good judgment produces good outcomes. Teach your team to escalate early, not late. Early escalation turns storms into showers. Late escalation turns showers into floods. Hold a 5-minute huddle before heavy days. Line on outcomes, name the risks, and choose the tone. Short huddles create long stability. Build a small wow fund for joyful surprises, upgrades, thank you gifts, and unexpected bonuses. Joy travels fast and returns with friends. Simplify the way people book time with you. Offer clear slots, set clear agendas, and end on time. Simplicity shows respect. Carry a small set of principles for public moments. Be brief, be kind, and be clear. Principles make you predictable in the best way. Create your own definition of luxury, time, health, and peace. Let your spending and scheduling reflect that definition. Real luxury makes you lighter, not louder. Update your passwords, your permissions, and your backups. Future you will thank, present you for dull diligence. Safety keeps you from becoming stressed. Choose a healthy way to burn off pressure before pressure burns you. Water brilliant, lift your stride. Bodies that move carry goals better. Cut meetings that do not move decisions or deliverables. Replace them with memos or dashboards. Time saved is focus gain. Take a quarterly numbers day where you review everything that matters: revenue shape, cash runway, pipeline quality, and cost truth. Numbers day turns guessing into guidance. Build a notebook of tiny scripts you use when stakes are high. Here is what we promised. Here is where we are. Here is what we will do next. Tiny scripts prevent big spirals. Train yourself to land emails in 5 lines when clarity matters. Reading, context to see in, next step, thanks, people answer clean notes faster. Honor privacy like it is part of your brand. Share less than you know and protect more than you think. Trust thrives in careful hands. When conflict appears, choose curiosity over combat. Ask for facts, name the impact, and propose the fakes. Curiosity lowers heat so truth can work. Build a forecast that is humble and honest. Overpromise once and you chase credibility for months. Underpromise with reason and overdeliver with receipts. Post a small round table with peers who play at your level. Trade what is working and what is failing. Peers sharpen peers faster than books. Teach your team how to close loops. Acknowledge the message, answer the question, and update the record. Closed loops keep minds clear. Ought to make reminders for recurring duties so excellence survives busy seasons. Let systems carry the load without fanfare. Quiet systems produce odd results. Review your brand through the lens of a first-time visitor. Can they see the value in 10 seconds, the proof in 30, and the path in 1 minute? If not, rebuild until they can. Treat your financial statements like a story you can read and retell. What grew, what shrank, and what surprised. Stories make numbers usable. When the new money starts to land, avoid a sudden lifestyle that chokes your cash flow. Upgrade tools first, team second, trophies last. Tools and team bring more fuel, trophies only burn it. Adopt a generous posture toward mistakes. Fix them fast and frame them as tuition. Teams learn quicker when errors are treated as lessons, not label. Protect your calendar the way a pilot protects a runway. Only the right planes can land. Landings without clearance cause collisions. Create a rainy day offer that you can launch in 72 hours if the market shifts. Value rich, scope clear, and fast to deliver. Knowing you have it calms the mind. Keep one hobby that has nothing to do with money. Joy without metrics refreshes the soul. Refreshed souls build legacies that last. Install end-of-day rituals for your workspace. Clear the desk, close the tabs, and set tomorrow's 3. A neat stage invites a strong performance. Respect your mentors by implementing at least one piece of advice before the next meeting. Implementation is how you say thank you. Mentors lean in when they see motion. Prepare for bigger rooms by practicing your presence in smaller ones. Shoulders back, breath slow, and eyes kind. Presence sells before words do. Build a tiny wind museum on your wall or in a file. Screenshots, notes, and milestones. On tough days, museums beat memory. Adopt the two-step check for any public claim you make. Confirm the source and confirm the context. Reputation grows where restraint lies. Teach yourself to love drafts. Drafts let you think on paper and see what the work wants. Many brilliant things began as messy notes. Set seasonal themes so effort feels like a story, not a scramble. Spring for building, summer for skilling. Autumn for optimizing, winter for wisdom. Themes keep teams united. Keep your tool stack boring and your execution exciting. Fancy tools cannot save unclear plans. Clear plans make simple tools shine. Build a private index of introductions you can make that bless both sides. Be the bridge that lasts. Bridges create cities of opportunity. Practice saying I don't know yet without shame. Then add I will find out by Friday. Honesty with a plan earns more trust than pretending. Schedule maker days where your phone lives in another room. Let focus stretch its eyings. Maker days meant breakthroughs. Your angels will nudge you toward rooms where the next scale lives. Arrive early, listen well. And speak when value knocks. In these rooms your calm will carry you. Remember that abundance is not noise, it is order. Order in your time, order in your words, and order in your books. Order becomes the cradle that holds increase. When you hire for hunger and humility. Skills follow both like obedient shadows. Hunger builds, humility learns. Treat feedback as fuel and filter. Jewel for improvement and filter for fit. Not all feedback earns a seat, but the right feedback deserves a meal. Build a practice of simple public promises. Weekly lesson, monthly case, quarterly behind the scenes. Promises make your presence predictable. Reduce decision latency across the company. Decide today what can be decided today. Latency is the interest you pay on doubt. Keep your receipts tight and your taxes clean. Clean money buys clean sea. Clean sleep buys clear mornings. Remember that $7.55 million is a long story told in short, faithful chapters. Chapters built with steady days and honest math. Honest math protects holy memento. Calm your nervous system before big asks. Calm bodies get better yes. Write 2 versions of your origin story, one for dinner tables and one for boardrooms. Same truth, different detail. Context is kindness. Pair each goal with a guardrail. Guardrails keep speed safe. Treat kindness like a competitive advantage. People return to rooms that feel good and work well. Appealable warmth becomes referable work. Set thresholds for opportunity so you do not chase everything. Size, timing, and alignment must pass before you say yes. Criteria protect calling. Install quarterly delayed days. Cancel still tasks. Archive dead documents, and end drifting projects. Elision creates oxygen. Adopt a clean handoff ritual inside the team. When work moves, information moves with it. Clean handoff keeps speed honest. Write a crisis com paragraph you can paste when pressure jumps. it acknowledges the lines and assigns. Comparagraph saves spirals. Teach your calendar to reflect your values before your inbox does. Inboxes are other people's priorities. Calendars are yours. Name your non-negotiable build time to everyone who needs to know. Protect it like revenue because it creates revenue. Builders build. Ruggesters bug us after. Let your gratitude be visible to the people who hold you up. Name them and notice them. Gratitude makes teams brave. Prepare to be surprised by how normal success feels when you are ready. Normal because your systems catch the weight. Ready because you built the frame. Keep the promise to yourself that you will not shrink your price to buy relief. Relief today can become regret tomorrow. Price with honor, deliver with excellence. Refuse to let urgency bully your boundaries. Urgency that cannot respect a clear plan is not your client. Peace is a filter that pays. Choose 5 phrases that become your signature tone. Calm, precise, generous, timely, and true. Let people recognize you by the way your words hold weight. Remember that wealth without wisdom is a loud liability. You are choosing wisdom first, then wealth at scale. This order keeps your future bright and your nights quiet. Hold a quiet ceremony when the next large milestone lands. Breathe, write what you learned, and mark the date. Ceremonies anchor memories. Let the story of this season be simple. You listened, you built, and you delivered. You kept your word when no one watched. And when many watched, you kept it again. Teach your spirit to feel safe in big rooms by rehearsing small wins daily. Small wins become the bones of a large life. Bones carry weight without breaking. When doubts arrive, let your evidence speak before your emotions. Point to delivered work and growing proof. Evidence calms storms. Reserve 1 hour a week for future casting. Describe the world you are building and the people it blesses. Futures become clearer when spoken. Refine your introductions until they shine in crowded rooms. Give people a hook, a proof, and a next stem. Hooks pull, proofs persuade, and next steps move. Treat your inbox like a river, not a museum. Let water flow past what does not need you. Keep only what moves missions. Keep a second brain for your ideas so your mind can rest. Notes synapsed, Taft tagged, and insets tore. Second brains say first brains. Adopt a teach-it-forward habit. When you learn, you teach someone, and the lesson sticks deeper. Teaching is glue for wisdom. Carry one sentence that snaps you back to purpose when days get noisy. I build value that changes lives. Repeat it until noise respects it. Finally, look up and remember why this began, not to chase numbers, but to steward a calling with honor and craft. The numbers follow builders who remember the why and master the how.